Hey everyone, Egman here with another video, and the first video in probably a series of Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon battles. I know I'm kind of late to the game for this game because the format's pretty much over next month, but yeah, I wanted to play a little bit. I've always been kind of interested in Pokemon competitive battling, and I've done it for like X and Y and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm coming back to it, and hopefully Sword and Shield is a lot of fun, and maybe I'll get into that as well. But yeah, I just wanted to do something more relaxing and kind of yeah, just something different. So we've got a singles battle here against Kuramaz in the UU format. I was thinking about doing VGC instead of kind of singles, but looking at the meta, it looks kind of solved and not super fun right now. So I'd rather wait until maybe next next game for getting into that. But let's do this, and yeah, this UU battle is going to be pretty fun. And I'm a little bit rusty for the format, but I think I'm catching up kind of fast and figuring out what's good and bad. And so we're gonna lead off with his Swampert, and I will lead off with my Azelf. I really like Azelf, and this, I don't know, a lot of the Pokemon I'm using are kind of like ones that I've known using in other formats and that kind of stuff. So I go for the taunt against his Swampert, expecting him to go Stealth Rock, which he does, which is great for me to set up my own Stealth Rocks here. And he brings out his Hydreigon. He can be kind of scary, but I also have I can also use my U-turn on him next turn and do a lot of damage and that kind of stuff. So I'm able to lay down my Stealth Rocks, which I don't really helps out a lot of damage to the game. He goes for his own U-turn, and he's faster than me, which I'm making a note to think that he's probably Choice Scarf just because I'm max speed as Elf. So I use my own U-turn on this Scizor. This Scizor is probably the bane to this game. He does a lot of annoying things. So there's that. Able to use my U-turn and pivot into my Rotom Heat. I think this could be. I could really pressure him with Rotom, and I don't think he has any fire types on his. So I just use Will-O-Wisp for free to just burn whatever he brings out. He brings out his Swampert, not Marshtomp, and which means he's not taunted anymore, so he can set up his own Stealth Rocks. And so the Swampert really is pretty annoying too. I can't use a Volt Switch on my Rotom either. So I switch after this, and I believe I go into my Celebi. With 4 times Grass Root Weakness, I think he'd be pretty afraid to keep the Swampert in. And so he goes for Stealth Rocks and sets those up. But I think even though he was able to set it up, he had to make a lot of sacrifices to do so and kind of make some weird switches. And right now, I think I'm probably a little bit ahead still. So thinking he's going to switch, I go into Calm Mind with Celebi, which is correct. He goes into his Hydreigon, and which can be kind of scary. And I know he has U-turn on this thing, and I don't think, seeing how much damage it did to Azelf, I don't think, even though it's a 4 times weakness, I don't think he could KO me with it. So I think I'm going to stay in with Celebi. I just think that I can use something. And so I just go for the Dazzling Gleam on here. And I think this could have been a better move. I have Psychic on here too, and I also have the Z Crystal Psychic. So that probably would have done a lot more damage and been more impactful throughout the game, because I do that. It doesn't do very much. I don't think Psychic Z would have done too much either, but he goes for Bullet Punch, and I wasn't expecting this to kill, but it ends up killing me, so it kind of put a mental note in my mind that he might be using a Choice Band. So I go for Sharpedo, thinking he will not want to switch with, I think, he's either going to Bullet Punch, which won't do too much, or he's going to switch, and since he's switching, and usually use Protect with Sharpedo, so I just decided to go straight for Earthquake, thinking he'll switch, trying to switch out my on my Protect. So I get my free Speed Boost here, which is really nice. And after that, I decide that I can probably do a lot of damage just by Mega Evolving and going into this. So I do that. I use Crunch, which will do quite a bit of damage, and I think it would put him in Stealth Rock range, so I thought that was pretty good. But then he uses he has a Rocky Helmet, which kind of sucks, but he uses a Volt Switch, which I wasn't super expecting. I'm not sure if I'm just not up and up on the meta, but I wasn't expecting that, but that does a lot of damage. Luckily, Fortress doesn't have any, attacking stats, so it doesn't do too much, and I'm able to live. And so he brings out his Swampert, and I've kind of committed to just using this Torpedo until he dies because I've already lost his, speed boost. So I just go for the Crunch, and does a little bit over half, so I'm able to, 2-hit KO him. And this Earthquake does only leaves me at 3 thanks to this burn, so that's really nice being able to live that. And so I'm just going to trying to 2-hit KO with the Crunch, but he does the smart move and he switches back into his Fortress, which unfortunately lives the Stealth Rocks. I thought it would have KO'd him, but that if he would have KO'd, if that would have KO'd him, it would have been a whole different match, but. That's different. That didn't happen. So he's dead, and then Sharpedo dies to Rocky Helmet too. So a little unfortunate there. So I think it's 4 Pokemon to 5 right now. I go back in Azelf, seeing what I can pivot to, and he goes into his Scizor again. We both take Stealth Rock damage. At this point, I expect him to have the Pursuit, and so. Which he doesn't. I haven't confirmed he's anything but a Bullet Punch on this thing. So, but he kills me there. I go back into Rotom, and at this point, I think it's a switch into Swampert would be pretty obvious. But I think Overheat would do enough damage that it could kill him over 2 turns. So he goes into Swampert, takes the Stealth Rock damage. I use Overheat, which does a good chunk of damage, and with the burn and everything, I think that, I think another Overheat can probably kill him. I do, get the special attack drop, but I do enough damage that I'm pretty sure that I'm able to get the KO there. So I go for the Overheat, and it's super close, and I think he's like at 2 HP, but does not kill, and kind of revenge for, my Sharpedo living at 3. But he's able to get the Toxic off, which kind of sucks. That does a lot of damage to me throughout this, and I pretty much am stuck with Rotom right now, and so I just go in and stay, and I think right here I probably should have switched into Klefki. That probably would have done more. So, but I don't. I just go for a third Overheat, making me at -6 special attack, but finally able to finish off the Swampert, and that's all good there. So down he goes. I take poison damage too, and a little bit over half health. He goes for the Nidoking, and this too. I think I should have just switched to Klefki. I think that would have been the best move right here, but I don't. He does Sludge Wave, just is able to do a lot of damage and kill me on the spot. Though I don't know, Klefki can't really do too much since he's ground type. I can't use Thunder Wave on him, so I just go into my Tracheon, showing that I have a shiny Pokemon too, and I use my Earthquake, which is able to KO the Nidoking, which is pretty nice there. At this point, I'm just thinking, well, I guess I just have to go all in on Nidoking and see what I can do. But unfortunately, I don't think that was the right play. So he goes into Scizor, and I think he's choice banned and everything, but my Tracheon's pretty bulky. I know Bullet Punch has high base attack and everything with Technician, but I think I thought I could have lived it, but I couldn't. So Tracheon falls, and I just have my Klefki left. And last ditch effort, I just try to go for Foul Play, thinking maybe I can do enough to KO the Scizor, but he does a bunch of damage with Bullet Punch, and I came down to like red health once again, and so. I think this game would have been a lot different if I could have put Klefki out and used spikes just for setup and just do a little bit more damage and KO his stuff a little bit earlier. I think that would have made a huge difference, but still a pretty close game. I wish I would have seen what his Raticate did. This is interesting to me. And it would have been a bit closer if that would have happened. But I still think it was a close game, and definitely a really good game to come back into the game for and experiment with stuff. So that's going to be it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of the team. I don't know if you if you guys want like the build I use. I don't know if that's information you guys want. So let me know if you want that. And what what else you guys want to see? I'm probably going to do a couple more battles with Yu, but I'll probably try a different other, a couple other tiers from there. And yeah, just see what you guys want. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.